Okay, today what I'd like to talk to you about are these watercolor color pencils. And I just want to show you so you're sure you're using the watercolor color pencils. They say watercolor, it'll say Crayola, watercolor, and it'll have a paintbrush on it. A regular color pencil will not have that paintbrush on it. So make sure you're using the correct ones. These make them special. I just want to show you, when you're using these colored pencils, you're going to use them just like you would a normal color pencil. You're going to shade in just like you would with a regular color pencil. Remember, as you're shading, you know, we've got our craftsmanship chart. Here's my color pencil. I want to make sure that my shading is at a 4. I don't want to be at a 1, 2, or 3. I want to get it to a 4. So I want to do a nice job shading with that. And you can see you've used color pencils before. You know just how to use those. Notice I'm using good craftsmanship. I'm staying inside those lines. Something I do want to talk to you about, many of you think, okay, I've got a leaf, I've now colored it green, I'm finished. What I want to encourage you to do is, we also have a darker green. What if you added a little bit of a darker green on here, actually mixing these colors on your paper? So if I use a darker green here, what if I want to get a lighter green? You could think about a couple things. I could add yellow or I could add white to it. I think I'm going to go with the yellow. That's going to lighten and brighten that up a little bit. And like I said, I'm mixing right on my paper with this. Once you have completely colored with the watercolor color pencils, the next step is the water. I've got my water here, and you need to get some paintbrushes. The paintbrushes I'm using today are the, you know, I name my paintbrushes, the Mama Bear and the Teenager. I also could get the Baby Bear for those very thin areas. But what you're going to do is you're going to dip your paintbrush into the water. This is just clean water. I'm going to just dab the side so it's not dripping. And then I go right over the area that I have just painted. And you're going to notice that color pencil is going to turn into a paint. It's so cool. Now, I do want you to know, and I'm going to show you, once I've got this, once I've gone over this, you're going to notice your paintbrush actually has like green paint on it. Do you see how I have this up here? So before you go to another area that's maybe a different color, you're going to want to wash that paintbrush off. Also, you don't want to just take the water and go all over like this. You want to make sure you're staying right inside whatever it is that you're doing. The other thing I wanted to show you, and down here I've already done my brown. Now you may have noticed I just use one solid color of brown. And again, I want to push you to really do some different things with that. With this, the other way I can use these color pencils is I can dip my color pencil right in the water, and I can come over and actually color onto the paper, and you'll see it's going to go on more like a paint now. And I can do some shading with that in areas that need to be shaded, which is kind of an interesting thing. You can add some details. Maybe I want to make that stick look like it's got some texture on it. You can add the details like that. The other thing I can do is, once this is dry, I can go right back into it and add some more shading. This isn't completely dry, but I can kind of give you an idea. I can go right back in here and create depth using my shading. So I think you're going to love working with these watercolor color pencils. They make some nice, bright, awesome colors. Again, you are doing your bugs or insects in a jar. We're just doing the jar. Eventually we will cut this out so you won't have to worry about out here. If you want to experiment or test out here any of your colors, you can do that. You can use this as a tester because we will be cutting it out. I know you're going to do a great job. Have fun.